Greetings and welcome to Yarnspirations. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Crochet Bobble stocking. We're going to start stitching at the top, work our way down, learn how to make these bobbles in two different colors. We're going to put a heel in with some interesting decreases, set up for the instep, do the foot with some interesting decreases, and then do the toe, and we'll be all finished. Now, to make this, you're going to need Patons Canadiana. You're going to need one ball each of winter white, raspberry, and fool's gold. You'll need a crochet hook, size US 7 or 4.5mm crochet hook, or size needed to obtain gauge. And that's really all there is to it. So let's get right to the good stuff and start crocheting our stocking. And while I'm getting ready, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny stuff. So I've gone ahead and started without you. With main color, we've chained 40 loosely, joined with slip stitch into first chain to form a ring, taking care not to twist the chain. Then we did chain 1, single crochet in each chain around, joined with slip stitch to first single crochet, which gave us 40 singles. Then we did chain 3, double crochet in each stitch around, joined with slip stitch to top of third chain, which is right there. And now we're beginning the third round. So we're going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in each of next 6, double crochet, joining A at the end of the last double. So let's do our 6. 1, 2, 3. Oops, got a little split there. Let's try that again. 3, 4, 5, 6. So when they're talking about joining the color at the end, and it says this in the notes at the beginning, but this is something we talk about on this channel all the time. When you're joining a new color, work to last 2 loops on hook of first color, draw new color through last 2 loops, and proceed. So since I know that my next stitch is going to be in the A color, I'm going to go ahead and join the A with that last yarn over draw through 2. Now all I'm going to do is pull up a fold maybe 4 to 6 inches in from the end, so I have something to weave in later. So now I have changed to my A color. I'm just going to let the main color hang to the back for right now, and let me find the working yarn. Now it says with A, which we're already in, MB, which is make bobble, and to do that we're going to work 5 double crochet in the next stitch. So here's our next stitch. So we're going to put 5 double crochets in the same spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That says drop loop from hook. Now I like to extend the loop up a little bit just so I don't unravel the stitch. So I'm going to take the hook out of the working loop so that it's loose. And then it says reinsert hook into first of 5 double crochets and draw dropped loop through. So I'm going back to the first double crochet, and that's got a hat on it that's A because we did that change. Now it's a little loose looking, but that's just because the cut edge is hanging there. And that's something I can tighten that up when I'm going to weave in the end. So I'm going to insert the hook through both legs of the stitch, grab that loop that I dropped, and pull it through. And now I can tighten it up a little. And that's going to make my bobble. See how much depth that has? So then the next thing it says, now I'm going to grab my main color, which was just hanging out here in the back. It says with main color, chain 1 for color change, and it does not count as a stitch. So again, I want my hats on my double crochets to match the feet. So I'm changing back to the main color here, I'm going to tighten up that A because I want it to be a nice tight bobble. And then it says double crochet in each of next 9, joining A in the last double crochet. So now we're going to do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's talk about the color change while I'm in the middle of this. We have a couple of choices here. I could have run the A color down and crocheted over it tapestry style, or I could cut it and use a separate piece of strand, separate strand of yarn for every bobble, but my goodness, that'll be a ton of ends. I don't think I want to do that. So what I'm going to do is float it, but in the interest of not having a 9-stitch float, all I'm going to do is twist one around the other right here, and that's just going to keep the float a little more manageable. It's a stocking, it's not a wearable, it's not something that I'm really worried about the floats getting caught on stuff, but obviously if I want to use it to put treats in, I don't want the float to be huge. So that is what I have chosen to do. Again, you can use a separate piece of yarn for each bobble, or you can crochet over the floats tapestry style, but I think this makes the most sense. So that was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on that 9th one, I'm going to change back to the A color. So let's take a look at the back. So you can see my float's just hanging out there, but because I twisted the yarn right there, it's not an enormous float. So once again, I don't want to pull too tight because I don't want it to pucker. I don't want it to be so loose that I catch my fingernail on it if I'm putting treats inside or taking treats out. I just want it to lay nicely across the back of the work. Let's look at that bobble one more time. So we're going to put 5 double crochets into the same stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure that loop is big enough that it doesn't pull right out. Take your hook out, insert the hook through the first double under both legs, grab that loop and pull it through. Tighten the whole thing up a little bit, and now we're going to go back to the main color and make a chain 1 just to change the colors. So we're going to follow that all the way around. We're going to do the 9 stitches, and again, completely up to you if you want to twist or not. I just think it makes the float a little nicer. I'm going to go ahead and put this row on. Now the next thing we're going to do, let's take a look at the picture. Following along in the instructions, so this is the 3rd round. The 4th and the 5th round as 2nd round, so that's double crochet in each one round. And then in the 6th round, we're going to make bobbles with the B color, and they're going to stagger. So they don't line up. The A colors and the B colors will line up, but the B colors will sort of be staggered. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple more rows on that. I'm not going to make the whole stocking here on camera, but I do want to talk about the heel and the instep a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a few more rows on this, following along in the instructions, and then we'll come back and we will take a look at the next bit of construction. One thing I want to point out is on the plain double crochet rows between the bobble rows, you have to sort of pick where in the bobble you want to put your stitch. Where I like to do it is sort of in the middle. See how it's a little tight right there, but you see how there's 2 legs of the A stitch? That's where I'm going to stitch into it, because what the directions say is stitch in every stitch. But you're not going to stitch in all 5 stitches in the bobble. You're just going to stitch 1 double crochet where the bobble is closed, because technically the bobble is 1 stitch. So once again, I'll have 9 in between. and then let's look. So again, we're going to flip the bobble. Now this one was a little easier to see for whatever reason, but you can see the two legs of the stitch that I'm going to double crochet into. So I just wanted to point that out while I was thinking about it. I'm going to continue on with my double crochet rounds. Okay, I've put a few more rows on this. You can see what I mean about the bobbles staggering. And to look at the text pattern, what we did was I did the 4th and 5th rounds, which were the 2 rows of double crochet, the 6th round, which was the bobbles with the bee color, and then the 7th round, just so I could get to where the shape heel is. What you will do is repeat the 3rd to the 8th rounds twice more, and then the 3rd through the 7th rounds once more, and break main color. So I am ending on a 7th round. It's just that mine is more of an ankle sock than a stocking. So following the shape heel instructions, let me get settled here. I'm going to join A with slip stitch at top of chain 3 at beginning of the last round. So there we are right there. So I'm going to join my A with a slip stitch. All right. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in each of next 19 double crochet and then turn. So I got 1 here. And once again, I'm treating the bobble as 1 stitch. 2. 10. I just want to show you the bobble one more time. 11. 'Right in there. 12. All right, I'll meet you at the end of the row. 18. 19. And then that is the end of this row. We're going to leave the rest of these stitches unworked because we're going to come back and use them for the instep. So I'm going to turn, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in each double crochet to end of row and turn. So I'm going to make 5 rows total of just even double crochet on these 20 stitches. And then we're going to take a look at the decreasing to turn the heel. All right, I have finished the 5th row under shape heel, and we're working on the 6th row, and this is where a lot of these double crochet decreases come up. Now we have them all written out for you on the first page. So if you're double crocheting 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 together, you're going to yarn over hook, draw up a loop in the next stitch, yarn over hook, and draw through 2 loops on hook. However many times we tell you, whether it's 2, 3, 4, or 5, at the end of the specified number, you're going to yarn over hook and draw through all loops on hook. So there's all kinds of decreases in there, but once we figure out how to do it in this section, we can do it anytime they come up in the rest of the pattern. So again, we're on the 6th row, so I've turned at the end of the 5th row. We're on the 6th row, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Double crochet 2 together, so yarn over hook, insert hook in next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and leave what's left alone. Do it again, yarn over hook, insert hook in next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and this was a double crochet 2 together, so I'm all done now. I'm just going to yarn over and pull through all loops on hook. So that was my double crochet 2 together. Double crochet in each of next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we are going to double crochet 4 together. Okay, so yarn over, hook, insert in the stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, pull through 2 4 times. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, yarn over, draw through all loops on hook. Oops, lost track of it there. All right. Excuse me, there's my double crochet 4 together. I'm going to double crochet in each of next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet 2 together, yarn over, hook, go in the stitch, draw up a loop, pull through 2 times. Let's see, my yarn's caught here. Yarn over, pull through all loops on hook, and then double crochet in that last stitch and turn. So now we have gone from 20 stitches down to 15. And there you can see the heel is starting to turn. You see how it's gathering in on itself? That's exactly what we want to see. 7th row, chain 3, double crochet 2 together, 1, 2, 3, double crochet in each of next 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet 3 together. One, 2, 3, yarn over, pull all loops on hook, double crochet in each of next 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet 2 together, 1, 2, double crochet in the last stitch, and that has taken us down to 11 double crochets. And once again, you can see we're getting sort of a 3D action going in here. Those big decreases in the center are making the heel turn in on themselves, and of course that's exactly what we want. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 8th row and the 9th row, and I'm going to end off with my A color, and then we're going to do an edging along the side of the heel. We'll take a look at that. All right, so here is my heel after the 9th row is completed. And moving on to the edging, it says with right side facing, so that's the side with the bobbles, join A with slip stitch at side of heel in same space as first chain 3 of heel. So we're going all the way back here. This is where we joined A the first time and put the slip stitch in it for the chain 3. So that is also where we're going to join the yarn for the edging. work 38 single crochet evenly along the side edge of heel, join with slip stitch in same space as last double crochet of heel, so that's all the way over here, and fasten off. So I want to make 38 stitches evenly. So that's what, 19 stitches from here to the edge. Some people don't like, they get agitated about working evenly, but if you sort of divide the work up in your head, I don't want to count all the way to 38, but I can certainly count to 19 to get to the end. If you divide the work that you're working across into smaller sections, sometimes it's a little easier to figure out what you're doing. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm working around the post of the stitches. I am not trying to get into each individual chain. Again, it is a decoration, not a wearable. I'm not as worried about comfort on my foot since I'm not actually going to wear it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish that single crochet all the way across. And once I get those 38 stitches in there, we're going to fasten off A, and we're going to come back and we're going to start the instep shaping, which is the last thing that I want to show you. So I have 2 left, so I'm going to put 1 there. And once again, I'm going to put the last one in the same space as that last double crochet is. And then I'm going to fasten off. All right, moving on to shaping the instep. We're going to join main color with slip stitch in next unworked double crochet from the instep. So we're in the same general area as we just were. I just need to find my main color so I can get the yarn reattached. All right, so join with slip stitch in next unworked double crochet from instep. All right, there's that. Chain 3, which counts as a double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Double crochet in each 19 double crochet of instep. Once again, treating those bobbles as if they're 1 stitch. 1, 2. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, and then I'm going to double crochet in each of next 38 single crochet along the heel edge. So I set myself up very nicely right here. I don't have to try and get doubles into the side of that heel because my singles are right there. I know exactly where I need to put the hook. And I've already counted. When I put them in, I counted to 38, so I know that there's 38 there waiting for me. All right, here's my last 2 doubles in that first round. And then I'm going to join the round with a slip stitch at the top of that beginning chain 3. So now I am all set up to work in this direction and do the foot. Now I know how to do the bobbles because we did that when we did the cuff. And then when I'm done the bobbles following the instructions, there's some decreasing going on in here, but you know how to do that. And then I'm going to use the decreases that I used in the heel. I'm going to use those same decreases to finish up the toe. So it's all downhill from here, not very much left to do. So thank you so much for joining us for the Crochet Bobble Stocking here on Yarnspirations. I'm Mary Beth Temple for Hooked for Life. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for fresh content weekly on knitting, crocheting, and other yarny crafts. We look forward to seeing you again here real soon.